ChavezzSlovakia, bro. I met so many of y'all at Evo this year, man. There were so many of y'all out there. And it's very satisfying after all these years because Evo is like a new journey for us. We started in 2019. And for some of you guys, that's a really long time. But for me and Skitten, it's gone by like a flash. Do I have snacks? Ooh, melon. You got it. So you're really trying to go overtime, huh? You must have had a good weekend. My wife's also cooking dinner as we speak. I'm gonna open this, so don't mind me. Pop it. Oh yeah, that's so satisfying. It always smells so good after they pop open, dude. Can you guys see what this is, by the way? This thing's a little marble in it. But yeah, there's so many of y'all. And the point is, man, we've been doing this stuff for so long. More snacks. What are these? Panera bread. Chocolate thingies. Chocolate thingies. And it. All right, enough of that. I don't support eating in videos, okay? We're violating a rule here. But here we go. More Seth. Taxation not optional. Elin review. I see farming. I see dead people. No, I see farming. You know, it's a game I gotta play. I love checking out these obscure video games that he brings to us. You know, it's a unique type of psychosis you go through while watching a Seth video. You're both learning things about the universe, but the abyss is indeed staring back at you, my friends. Let's get into it.
Hey people. Seth here. I broke my microphone again. These lines come directly from a $10 webcam. Elin has reached early access. This is the equivalent of the CIA putting crack in black neighborhoods, but for the neurodivergent community.
Oh my God. Thanks, bro. Thanks for the reference.
But for the neurodivergent community, Elin is a game where I imprison the elderly, turn them into livestock, and have them lay eggs to make a new generation of senior citizen. Naturally, every grandpa starts off as a baby, needs to be breastfed by other grandpas until they come of age, and fed a staple diet of pastured hay to grow old and brittle. At which point, I mount them to a wheel of pain to generate electricity, so I can power my lights and watch Sailor Moon. I have a lack of beds, so there's a tower of pensioners stacked on top of each other every night. Each day, my population explodes, as a hot spring incubates faster than an actual womb. And each day, it contracts, as I put a for sale sticker on Grandpa's forehead. Legally, I have a license. Morally, I pay the church. In the same fashion as Bill Gates tortures his body double every day to evade karma, as long as I buy a letter of indulgence, I can sell 20 pensioners and still work off my karmic debt. I'm an upstanding citizen. They are untouchables, and I will not reincarnate into a water bug. But first, a message from our sponsor.
This is a mix of what? Of everything. What is this? Why are you not talking about the giant floating eye? What is up with the reptile with the sword? It's an actual saber tooth. And what's with the lore? Is that a shark wrapped in? What is the theme?
First, a message from our sponsor. At Raytheon, we don't just build missiles.
Damn.
We build memories.
Damn.
At Raytheon, we don't just neutralize civilians.
Oh, God.
We vaporize them.
Oh, God.
Raytheon. Because it's not just a forever war. It's a forever family. As the successor to Elona, which I reviewed over 7 years ago, Elin is a sandbox adventure like no other. Build a base. Open your mailbox. Receive spam in the form of a suicide bomber. Cultivate
fucking suicide bombing penguin?
Build a base. Open your mailbox.
Receive the penguin.
Spam in the.
Who's the suicide bomber? Is that the penguin? No, it's a fiery bomb.
In the form of a suicide bomber. Cultivate 3 billion crop strains for testosterone. Open a tourist trap and scam them for terrible prices. Deliver vomit and feces for children's birthdays.
I'm just so confused, bro. We have like anime, 32-bit anime farming simulator mixed together with penguins, real life looking penguins. What is this? Healthy eating. Fish is said to be very good for the body. Cook fried fish and deliver it to me. I will pay you 134 orange. We even have like the RPG bullshit quests.
Vomit and feces for children's birthdays.
I need
Poison
panties for my
unsuspecting
birthday.
townsfolk. Get engaged to your child bride. Send her to be stoned at the gallows.
Oh my
Pickpocket her
God.
engagement ring. Marry a slime instead. Play music. Get shot dead because they didn't like your performance.
sleep
Bake
tonight.
bread by nuking raw flour. Wish for a Glock 17. Receive a railgun. Read Goblin Smut to learn their weakness. Throw your smut in the trash can and make the trash pregnant. Punch a smut to learn their weakness.
Freaking chess guy.
Throw your smut in the trash can and make the trash pregnant. Punch a hermit crab for so long it levels up. Enjoy hallucinations. Get cursed. Realize the cursed item you're wearing is made of food
It's
and
edible.
eat it directly from your body. Get jumped by a pack of cows. Comply with their demands and brush their fur.
I surrender. Give me Cherry Blossom's log, or your life is forfeit. Try me. I surrender. Lose 2 Cherry Blossom logs. A goat. Sheep, age 4, question mark?
Pack of cows. Comply with their demands
They're
and
not cows.
brush their fur. Capture a bomb rock and host it as a parasite. Use its suicide attack to strip mine
Did he splice
their fur.
this big
Capture a
titty anime girl into this scene? Or is this a part of the ambiance?
bomb rock and host it as a parasite. Use its suicide attack to strip mine dungeons.
Jesus.
Buy a tent. Use a paper material hammer to turn it into a portable pocket plane. Worship every god. Receive their apostles and artifacts. Abandon
cool.
every single one of them. Roll a succubus and prostitution max your way to insane stats. Murder
The chicken
someone's son in
dislikes
cold
you.
blood. Bake their meat into a rotisserie chicken. Shit out a dream larva and blend it into the food.
I can't
Feed it to their
handle this.
parent and make them fall in love with you. Make everyone love you so hard you recruit the entire city. Turn the king into a broomstick and ride him as he calls me a fat ass and tells me
You
to
should
lose
go on
weight.
a
Whip
diet.
him until he turns to prostitution. Some may
With him calling him pervert.
describe Elin as a bizarre Japanese fantasy where you enact outlandish policies such as human rights or a mandate for everyone to wear panties. But that's not fully accurate.
Nice.
It's about paying tax. The karmic weight of missing my monthly tax deadline is 40 times more serious than unloading an assault rifle on a homeless beggar.
Spare my
This
life,
is a
please.
fantasy. Funded by the IRS and TurboTax. On being asked his intentions for the game, Noah, the developer, had this to say. I simulate Tokyo Salaryman. You
My guy.
make no money because everybody live to 110 year old. And then you take your own life. Game costs $20, real good.
You can hang
Game costs
yourself.
$20, real good. You could be a chaos gene stealer with more hands than limbs. We don't care. Pay the state or
currently
suffer the
behind.
consequences. This game's entire premise is about you getting suckered into owning land by 2 contract killers. Then sucker someone else into $20 million in debt for that same property.
Nice.
There's intrigue, politics, and lore, which you can ignore entirely as you read everyone's devlog, which moves very quickly and contains a lot of slurs. Most of them from me, but I prefer this multiplayer, as taking the Moongate to visit a random Japanese base will instantly depress me, as I see his beautiful creation and compare it to
wow.
my own O-block
Look at
ghetto
the size of that one. You're really not farming him up
depress
right,
me,
dude.
as I see his
He's
beautiful
got
creation.
grand old titties.
And compare it to my own O-Block Ghetto Favela. You can even put
O-Block
custom
Ghetto
sprites. Half the time, this is animated smut. This is preferable to getting one-shot by a death trap the instant you spawn in.
Damn.
Or seeing a Boeing 767 approaching 2 skyscrapers.
Please
or
stop
loading into outer
with your
Epstein,
jokes about 9/11. What is wrong with you people?
which has a one-tile entrance that takes off your clothes.
Nice.
Players will see their options for
A
a
little
pet,
girl.
and most will pick the little girl. But if I throw a hormone drug in her face, she becomes
Yes.
a little boy. This presents the duality of a player base, pedophile or pederast. Look, this is
Nice.
a setting where the surface went extinct and got repopulated by a cosmic mushroom, whose only reference point for how biology works is Japanese doujins.
I see
That's
that
why
this is-
everyone lays eggs,
Uh-huh.
because he didn't know any better. Everything is an opaque, esoteric mechanism with poor
is
documentation,
bad. You
which the
deserve this.
community abuses and exploits until Noah figures out a hotfix or workaround for their shenanigans. This is ignoring the fact that half a game is designed to troll you. Tick an innocent menu option to auto pick up fish. Die instantly because you picked up a whale. Drink from a water source. Mutate
funny.
horrifically.
You're
Play on
mutating.
permadeath. Slip on a banana peel in the Village of Atonement and lose everything. Get AIDS. Catching ether
What?
disease is a natural part of gameplay and progresses if left
You're
untreated.
addicted to potion. What is with the selection, though?
Catching-
Why would you choose potion addict? Like, I get that you can, but why would you? Consume potion regularly.
Ether disease is a
Your voice is sweet. Your legs are twisted. either disease. Like, why would you do this? Why not just take your blessed by
part of
goddess
gameplay
and get
that
a bunch of
progresses
magic
if left
and
untreated.
darkened
How
stuff?
do you do that? By playing basketball. To cure your magically inflicted AIDS, you must become Michael Jordan. The casino chips you earn can then be used for higher stakes gambling. This game is a constant gaslight. I came into this expecting fun. Now I'm
Straight
paying
up.
tax and addicted to slot machines. I hope you didn't take an oath before starting your character, because the blackjack table is rigged. Save scum your way to the cure and live life as normal. There are alternatives, but that requires kidnapping little girls. Memes aside, what is this? It's single-player RuneScape with no level
Nice.
cap and a crafting system that lets you recreate nearly everything you see. Towns, winter hot springs, beach resorts. You can even walk off a shore and build underwater. Everything builds into something, which can be dismantled to make everything else. Material alchemy is an art form, which lets us mine out entire dungeons and turn copper to cocaine. Nothing I say is an embellishment. I throw alcohol at my blue eyes white dragon, have sex with it, and end my turn. Understanding esoteric systems by absorbing every wiki article is the bulk of your experience. You don't have to know Japanese, but they're more informative than the porn-sick groomers that make up this game's English community.
I can't prostitute myself on my land? Trying to build a brothel. Since at this point my karma is probably forever tanked. Low self-esteem brat. It needs head pat. And hog correction? What? A group of puppies tried to mug me for my silk panty of a child that I used to play music. Childbirth.
Which is why they're
There's
partitioned
so much
away
here,
in an
bro.
apartheid state. For starting off, any race or class is viable, and the possibilities are endless.
You're a fat, ugly Polish whore. Or you're, I don't know, Jewish person. You're a black
Okay.
person. You're a rapist.
Why are you putting us in that list? What did I have to do with any of that? This is not just guilty from association. This is guilty from attack.
A Wraith Executioner can use mana as a second health bar. Combine this with worshipping Itzpalt or Hiromi, and you have an infinite health bar. Chaos Shape
Okay.
Inquisitor lets you save scum for hours, and ask if it's truly worth it, as you enter the void and get soundballed repeatedly. Or, if you're a masochist, you can pick Snail Tourist
It's Snail.
and put on permadeath. Everything now costs twice as much, but the trade-off is that Salt kills you. My Jury Warrior
Thanks.
isn't meta. Her perk is garbage, and ultimately, it doesn't matter, because I bring a small army wherever I go. Do not feel limited by your choices. With enough investment,
Which?
you can make anything work. Your objective is always the same. Get stronger by getting richer, so you can get even stronger to get even richer.
Okay.
Material capital
Okay.
will fuel your physical sociopathy.
That's
There's an infinite number of ways.
This is insanity. Some of this, I'm wondering
Material
if we can
capital
even
will
show. This is. Let me go. I can evaluate what.
Fuel your-
This is insane. I can evaluate anything. It's just people getting hung and chopped. Some kind of head chopping, whirling machine. Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Sociopathy. There's an infinite number of ways to do this, and these are simply suggestions. Invite residents to work your land and perform jobs and hobbies, such as gaming, gambling, gotcha, prostitution, and self-harm.
Damn.
Set up delegated farming
does
and
self-harm
automate
make
crop
money?
rotations for passive income. Grow honey, turn it into wine. Grow mushrooms, turn it into wine. Catch fish, turn it into wine. Get paid a salary because people want to visit. Not for my impressive displays, but because I've stolen incredibly expensive panties from different NPCs.
I see.
The main way of getting stats is eating food. Thus, our only obstacle is our stomach. So, we apply the secret teenage girl technique of vomit maxing. We
What?
eat, we throw up, and then we eat even more, as we watch our maid pick up vomit like the peasant she is. It's hard to gauge these values. Luckily, there's a variety of graphical and gameplay mods to augment your experience, automate tasks, and replace sprites with the horniest combait you've ever seen.
Got it.
Ampreg Scott the Woz milking machine? Sign me up. On top of
Oh, you can subscribe to it from Steam. So then you can have access to infinite mods made by your local community. Item NPC store replacement. I see.
up. On top of this, the game itself has a lot of quality of life convenience. You can auto-dump your entire inventory, configure resource distributions, and even just Ctrl F to search for anything on the map. Everything is completely customizable. In my case, I've gone off a deep end and can no longer see what I'm doing. This is a game with problems and solutions, and dealing with the problems you cause along the way. Mass monsters are a special creature that multiply upon taking damage. There's a spawn limit of 20 monsters entering your base at any time. Taming a mass monster, putting it on the gallows, and sealing its offspring on a set of tiles 10 Z levels higher seemed like a great idea. Until I visited my base again, only to find out everyone is dead. It turns out 2 of my NPCs are coded to teleport directly to enemies, causing them to split and spill into the base, where everyone is too weak to one-shot them. So they infinitely replicate until they fill the entire screen. Conversely, the final boss is too hard for me to kill. By pure chance, I loaded into some Japanese guy's base, which had residents who were level 250,000. They're so high level, they take 30 steps for each of mine, which they spent on gambling, drinking, vomiting, and passing out at high velocity.
Nice.
I fed them aphrodisiacs, and one of them laid an egg. Microwaving an egg has a chance of exploding, which is incredibly funny in the middle of an orphanage. Explosion strength is tied to quality, and this one is 2,773. I heat the egg, and one-shot Inos, my party, and myself. This might seem ridiculous, but the Japanese have already killed him with a beach ball and a banana peel. NPCs hold beach balls in their inventory when thrown at, and this one was modified by several thousand cursed scrolls of flying to weigh 10,000. So when Ino spawns in and charges, he slips in the banana peel and is crushed to death. The world is your autism playground. Join all the guilds, learn all the skills, whip pensioners on your cotton plantation. It's your fantasy. Now back to work, Cracker. I'm not here to tell you that unless you've got insanely high taming and throw love potions at a spiral king deep in the void so you can feed that breast milk to a chicken so you can genetically engineer him into the strongest creature in the game, that you haven't played the game. There's no win condition.
Made from the milk of demons. This doesn't even sound real.
Only your creativity. So choose a goal, a direction, or a hyperfixation, and the rest is up to you. For as many turbo-level Japanese hypersweats at level 3 billion in the void, there's just as many who haven't even left their own base. So rest assured that no matter where you're at, there's some guy who spent his entire playthrough cultivating mushrooms, who has more money than the entire economy. In short, I love Elin. It's a very sweet, beautiful, and calming game that I can't help coming back to. The developer doesn't sleep. He pushes a new unstable build every night, and I wish him the very best. There's enough content for several hundred hours, and it just keeps getting better. I thoroughly recommend it. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. This video is dedicated to my ops, because I had a script ready after 50 hours, until I saw someone write a critical thesis about my Elona video, took it to heart, and played another free 50. It was only later brought to my attention that the man who affected me so is a barely literate weeaboo who paid thousands of dollars for his cringe OC to be put into the game. He did all this so I could turn his waifu into a burger. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild, generously funding and bankrolling these videos.
So 3 months on mental decline condensed into one single video. Hey, I really appreciate that. I don't know if this is a game that I can handle playing. I'm going to try it out, but I'm not excited about it. If also I can play it offline, I'll be even more willing. Oh, is there more to this? All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for hollering at your boy. And we'll see you around. Peace.